Hi guys, this is Ruchi from Easy Peasy Gardening. As you can see, it's calla lily show time. So today we are going to talk about calla lilies.
Calla lilies come in many different colors like white, yellow, purple, etc. They make excellent cut flowers because they last for at least a couple of weeks. The plants grow about 2 to 3 feet tall and the flowers grow on a stalk with just a single petal and yellow stamen. You can get the bulbs or the rhizomes and plant them at least 4 to 5 inches apart. But always plant them in clusters because when they bloom, they look nice in a cluster. And you don't want to plant them very close to each other because they multiply pretty well. So, within a couple of years, they will have a lot of new bulbs multiplied and a lot of new plants will grow from them. So if you plant them too close, probably it's not a good idea. So, take a bulb, plant the pointed side up about 3 to 4 inches deep. The soil should be loose with a lot of organic material and plant them in partial sun. I mean, if they don't like harsh afternoon sun, so you want to make sure that you plant them in a place where even in the afternoon they get partial sun. If you're not sure, what you can do is that plant them in a planter and try different locations where it works out best, and next year you can plant them in the ground after you have figured out the best location for it. After a few weeks of planting, they start to grow. At that time, you should start watering them regularly. Even when you have planted the bulbs, you should water them maybe no more than once a week. But once the plants start to grow, you should water them more frequently. Just make sure that the soil is moist all the time. But also just make sure that there is no water clogging there, because the bulbs, they will rot if water stays there for a long time. For the timing of the plantation of the bulbs, it depends on the zone where you live. So in zone 9 to 10, you can plant them in late summer or early fall, and they'll start to grow in fall, and then they'll start to bloom in late winters or early spring. They'll keep on blooming till summer, and in the middle of the summer they'll start to die back, and then for a couple of months there'll be nothing. All the plants would have died, and then again in fall they'll start. For colder zones, you don't want these bulbs to be in the ground when the ground freezes. So you want to plant them in late winters whenever the soil is ready to be worked upon, or in early spring. And they'll start to grow in late spring, and they'll start to bloom in summers. They'll keep on blooming till maybe fall, and they'll probably not die back at all. But in late fall, you cut them down to about 2 inches from the ground, dig them up and lay them in a shaded area for them to dry up. Once they are completely dry, shake all the soil and other materials off the bulbs and store them in cooler location, like 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit in a garage or something, and then again in late winter or early spring plant them again. By the way, these plants and their flowers are toxic to pets and children, so be careful when you are planting them. I'm in zone 9, and these plants start to grow late October, early November, and they start to bloom in February till May. So as the plants are developing, I start fertilizing them with a general purpose fertilizer once a month. And once they finish blooming, after I have cut off all the flower stalks, I start fertilizing them with phosphorus-rich fertilizer once a month. That stores energy for the next season. And by the way, as flowers are being spent, you should cut the flower stalk off. That promotes new flowers. One more thing, when the plants die back, you should stop watering. so that the bulbs go dormant, and then once the weather becomes cooler, they'll start to grow back again, and you can start watering it again. So that's about it. In zone 9 and 10, you just plant them once and they'll keep coming back year after year, and they'll have this beautiful display of color in your garden. In other colder zones, you have to dig them up, because if the ground freezes, the bulbs may rot. So you will have to dig them up and again plant them in early spring. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And I'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.